Incredible. People forget now he's 75. Now, at 75, most people have decided to call it a day. You know,
present company.
Present company accepted, but I mean, I'm a gentleman entering early middle age, you see what I mean? I don't think I want to be working at 75.
You probably will be, Mike. We won't be able to get you off the telly.
There's two issues to raise with His Majesty the King that I haven't heard discussed so far. Firstly, could the stress of having to sort out the Harry situation over the last 2 years have contributed to his illness? Because we know that stress does contribute to illness. Stress can give you heart attacks, stress can give you nervous conditions, and I believe if you ask top doctors, they'll say, yes, it could be responsible for at least enhancing the King's, you know, anxiety, and that anxiety in itself might have worked its way physically into his body. And the other issue, I was very ill a few years ago. I was in hospital for 4 months waiting for a heart transplant, OK?
Wow.
And I can tell you the loneliness of serious illness is something only you can know. Now, I know he's got the Queen alongside him, he's got his son now flying across the Atlantic, he's got the rest of the royal family, but inside your head you are very, very lonely because only you know the intimate conversations you've had with your doctors, only you know how you feel on a day-to-day basis, and only you know the fears in your head about what will become of you.
Well, and Mike, I hope you're wrong that the stress caused by family rifts could have, led along this.
I don't think there's any medical evidence for that whatsoever. And my wife was the chief nursing practitioner at the Royal Marsden Hospital. She did her postgraduate in oncology. And what she said to me, two things. One is, you can always tell there's people who are going to fight through and survive. Even with identical symptoms, some people have it in them to actually fight through and survive. But there's no way in which something like bowel cancer or bladder cancer could possibly be psychosomatic or caused by stress. Yes. I mean, there's no evidence whatsoever to that.
Well, there's not, but doctors talk about it all the time. I mean,
that doesn't necessarily make it right.
It doesn't necessarily make it right, but it doesn't wipe it out altogether. No. I mean, the more you worry about things in life, you do inherit medical conditions without a shadow of a doubt. Like, for instance, heart. Who's to say that can't, affect you in other areas of your body with other diseases?
Well, no doubt he has had a lot of stress in the last
certainly
few
true.
years.
But there is now this great hope. This great hope that perhaps this rift that has gone on for, Emily, as you say, so many years, could be beginning to turn around, that healing might now begin. Stephen Pound, do you think that this is perhaps a path to redemption for Harry?
Well, everybody hopes that it will be. Everybody hopes that His Majesty will survive this. Everybody hopes and prays that His Majesty will come through this with a united family. However, Meghan Markle's not there. She's still in Montecito. I mean, I just weep for the man. If His Majesty comes up out of anaesthetic and there is Meghan Markle there, tape recording him or trying to do another interview, say, can I have a quick word? So I hope it does, because you need a family of this. But there's two issues there. The one that Mike quite rightly identifies. The other thing, of course, Prince Andrew as a Councillor of State. If the worst that would happen would be if you had to have a regency. The second best, if you like, would be if you had to have the councillors of state actually conducting the day-to-day business. Now, I appreciate, obviously, Camilla and Prince of Wales are the next in line, but then you've got Prince Andrew.
Is Prince Andrew still one of the members?
He's still one of the five.
Because I know there was a big controversy about that at the time of the coronation.
So is Princess Eugenie. There's five.
Because it's literally just about the direct family links rather than any sort of special choosing.
Plus, well, I mean, and they get appointed, and obviously there's an age thing. Otherwise, Prince George.
Stephen, are you a grandfather?
I am just, yes.
You are just?
Yeah.
How important is that relationship between a grandfather and their grandchildren?
Absolutely, totally, utterly, essentially important. It also reshapes your whole relationship with your children. My son's little boy Arlo was born just before Christmas, and my daughter's little girl Lottie was born on July the 5th. And the difference in my relationship between them is extraordinary. It would be heartbreaking if I couldn't be with them, or that there was an animosity there. And, that's why I'm not just the same age as Prince Charles, but I'm also a member of the same human race. Sorry, King Charles.
I don't think that you can never repair the relationship between Harry and William. And I saw Angela Levin on this very station this morning, and she was so specific about the role of Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle doesn't like the United Kingdom, and she doesn't like the royal family, and she made it very clear that, in her opinion, she completely controls Harry's life. So anything Harry wants to do in terms of rapprochement with the King, rapprochement with Prince William, according to Angela, and I've known her for 30 years...
Perhaps a good sign that he's now over here, but